How y'all doing? Welcome you guys to Revolutionary Ministries. As always, we are a movement of God, birthed out of the necessity to please the Father. We are that experience and that encounter outside your traditions, outside of your religion, outside of your denominational views, outside of exegesis, eisegesis, outside of theology, outside of church politics, outside of all of this fake Christianity, this fake movements. Here, we hear what it is that God is saying to us. Here, we don't fight Jezebel spirits. We don't fight Python spirits. We don't fight Leviathan spirits. You know why? Because they've been disarmed according to the gospel of Yahshua, according to the gospel of Jesus Christ. They've been defeated. But you don't know that, because you and your church been fighting these demons since you've been born again. What kind of rubbish is that? Come on in, you guys. Tag, share, and invite. Let's see if we can get you to stop fighting demons and mature as a son of God. Tag, share, invite. Bring someone in. I'm going to do the same thing as well. God bless you all. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in, y'all. Come on in. God bless you all. Welcome, welcome. Man, you guys, anybody heard from Kobe? I tried to call every number that I knew to call. But God bless you all. And once again, welcome. You know all, y'all know all we're going to do is we're going to release what God tell us to release, right? Right? You know, when God told a man of God to release something, it never matters what nobody else is releasing when God tells you to release something. Did you catch that? I want to make sure that you catch things, you know, when they are spoken out of the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, so that every matter may be established. When God tells you to release something, when God tells you to do something, it don't matter what somebody else is doing. You know, this modern day church or movement, I don't have nothing against it. I operated in it for years. I benefited from it for years. I even had people worshiping me in the modern day movement for years. And so I don't personally have nothing against it. But God does. Oh, man. But God does. And when God has something against it, all you got to do is look at the book of Revelation. He talks about all the different churches and what he got, all the different spirits and what he got against them. So when you sit here and say, oh, you always talking about them, and you're always talking about her, you're always talking about him, I'm sorry. I do apologize. You know, if you go read the book of Revelation, God say, man, you okay, you good, but you got this against you. And that's going to stop you. You got this, you good, but you got this against you. 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 You're good, says these things, but you got this against you. This is what you're doing. Literally, only one of the spirits, he says, is okay. Only one of them. Only one of the churches. So whether you realize that not everything that God does through us, there is foundation for it within the scriptures. Everything there's foundation for it within the scriptures, right? And so it's not. This is not my hate speech, you know. Even though we have foundation for it, Jacob God loves, but Esau God hates. So you can throw all that out the closet when it comes to hate. You know, even when you look at the book of Proverbs, these 7 things, you know, God hates. These, you know, he hates them. So when you talk about hate, you can't say that the devil or whatever this being is the foundation for hate. Now, I'm sorry. I'm sorry he didn't create hate. He just used it in a negative context, in a negative sense, right? And I don't know if you get that or not. There's a such thing as positive and negative hate. Positive hate, negative hate. You know, positive love, negative love. So let me clarify this. Let me make this clear to you. So when we talk about it, right? Your lungs. Here's the example. If you don't get this example, that's on you. You know. Here's the example. Your lungs. Are they good or are they bad? Well, what does your lungs help you do? Are your lungs good or bad? Come on, y'all, let's flow on this thing, right? Are your lungs, are they good or bad? Are your lungs good or bad? Come on. Y'all, let's get on this screen. Let's answer. Let's flow in this thing. Are they good or bad? You Polian. Can't put the right answer up there. Hey, come on. You Polian not the only one that's here. Your lungs, are they good or bad? Oh, come on, Prophet Carlos. Y'all giving out the right answers, right? Most people will say my lungs are good. I mean, I can't breathe, or rather, I cannot move or circulate oxygen through this system we call, i.e., the body. The blood cells would not be able to circulate and move around properly and bring oxygen to the dome, right? Because again, remember, we live under a dome. Whether you believe in the dome up there and out there, or rather you see the dome right here in here. As above, so below. This is a dome. I promise you, it for you, man, it's really important to truly understand that as above, so below. I'm talking about like in real life, like for real. That's why we call this a dome. And you live under a dome. Whether you believe in the dome up there or whether you believe in the dome down here, you still live under a dome. And all of this is an extension so you can see beyond the dome that you live under, so that you can hear beyond the dome that you live under. When mankind decided to create a telescope, it's because the dome, right, wanted to extend themselves. But anyway, so the lungs, right, they're neither good nor bad. They aren't. Because the reality of it is that they just operate in purpose. You can't call your lungs good or bad, because if you're in a fire, your lungs gonna kill you. If you're underwater, your lungs are going to kill you. Are they or are they not? Are they or are they not? If you are in a fire, the very thing that is necessary for life will actually kill you when put in the wrong environment. I need you to truly understand that as foundation. Because if you don't understand that as foundation, that which can give you life can also have the same ability to take life. It does not judge. The lungs don't judge. They don't stop working when they're in the wrong environment. They don't. Your lungs don't stop working unless, of course, obviously, you know what I'm saying, they broken and they just don't work, period. This is what purpose looks like. Our whole body, our whole circulatory system, this system that we are in called the body, it operates, it functions, it flows by purpose. And everybody talking about, well, that's old school. We don't have to live like that anymore. We don't have to think like that anymore. We don't have to operate like that anymore. We don't have to function like that anymore. We've created a society where men can be women and women can be men. And that's okay. Listen to me, hear me out. And that's okay. But what if your heart just decided, you know, hey, I want to do my own thing. Hey. What if your eyes just decided, hey, I'm drunk today. I'm doing my own thing. We want these things to be true about the world that we are in, but we don't want these things to be true about the world that we are in. Why? Because we go to doctors when there's a problem with the circulatory system or the system that we call the body that we live in. Are you getting that? I don't know. Put some words on that if you understand that. Immediately, when this system we call the body does not function properly, can you get mad at your lungs and say, hey, we don't operate like that no more? That's your grandma and your great grandpa and your uncles and all of them operated like that. This is the new generation. Can you tell your circulatory system that? Can you tell your lungs that? No, you can't. I mean, you can, but you're going to die. If you don't want your lungs to operate in the way that they were designed to operate in, then you're going to die. That's why a lot of people are abusing this circulatory system. Why? Because they want it to operate, function, and do something that it was not designed to do. I don't know if y'all get that or not. I don't know how we got over there. But we're over there. You live under a dome. You live under a dome. This is called the dome. You do live under a dome. I want to make sure that each and every last one of you who experience God through this unique platform, you are not ignorant. Because too many believers are so-called believers, so-called Christians, so-called people who follow God are ignorant. And that is not a disrespect to you. Ignorance, like we talked about in our last video, it just simply means that I don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. And it's okay to say I don't know. Because I didn't come here to pump you up. I didn't come here to make you full of air. I didn't come here to make you excited about money. I didn't come to do all that stuff. Are you here with me? You got to let me know that you're here with me. Because I know the things that we say on this page, it just don't sound like no church people, no church folks, no preachers and pastors that you know of. And that's okay. That's right. Because even when Christ, you got to remember, even when Christ, when he stepped foot right in this paradigm and he got baptized how he was supposed to get baptized, and things happened how they were supposed to happen, he began to open up his mouth and minister. And the people were like, well, you know, this guy, he don't minister like all the other people. I don't get it. It just why he don't. Why he don't minister like them. Why he don't preach like them. Why he don't teach like them. Why would he says, yeah, I sense it in my spirit to be true, to be right. But for over 100 years, you know, I've never been able to align my spirit with someone. See? Yay! I've never been able to align my spirit with someone. I've always been able to align my flesh with someone. I've always been able to align my information or my database with someone or my body with someone, but I have never ever yet been able to align my spirit with someone. And this is what was happening when they looked at Christ and when they heard Christ. They didn't know what was going on. They didn't know that finally their spirit was rejoicing. Their body wasn't rejoicing because they were still in slavery. They were still under slavery. Because again, remember, they were still under Rome. It was their spirits for the first time in their lives was free. Was free. It's not that their body was free. It's not that their money was free. It's not that rent was free. It's not that electricity was free and the houses that they were living in free. It was their spirit that was finally free. Whew. My spirit is finally free. I know I got to get up and go to work tomorrow, but my spirit is free. I'm no longer bound by the rules and the regulations and the disposition and disproportionate. I'm no longer bound by anger. I'm no longer bound by fear. I'm no longer bound by frustration. I'm no longer bound by doubt. My spirit is finally free. My spirit is finally free. That's the one thing when you come here. Let me tell you something. It is not about, oh, God's finna give you the money, God's finna give you the car, God's finna give you the house, God's finna give you the woman, the man. No. When you come here, those who God has set free are free, are free, are free, are free. It's my spirit that is set free. It's my spirit that can rejoice. It's my spirit. People, the things that you're going through, even like right now, you know, normal people, regular people whose spirit is not free, dead, committed suicide, 2, 3 times. Are you catching me? Are you hearing me? And the reason why you're not dead right now, and the reason why you keep sinning and getting out, sinning, getting out, sinning, getting up, falling, getting back up, doing this, getting back up, is because your spirit won't allow you to stay in sin. Your spirit won't allow you to stay in corruption. Your spirit will make sure when your flesh hit that rock, your spirit is going to say, put that beep down. Did you catch that? It is your spirit that keep bringing you back up. It's not that you living a good life. It's not that you repenting. It's not that you following God 100%. Nah, it's your spirit that won't let you stay in the grave. Why? Because the same spirit that raised Christ from the grave, that raised Christ from the dead, is the same spirit that's in you, yo. Why you think that even when you try to come to God in prayer, oh God, oh woe is me, oh boo-hoo, and the next day you good. Why? Because your spirit won't let you stay down. Your spirit is finally free. You said something to a female the other day, you know, that should have had you down, that should have kept you down. But your spirit is so dang on free that you have an advocate with the Father. It is your spirit that has this advocate with the Father. Why? Because it's the spirit of the Father. That may be too deep right there. That might be too much. That may be too much. That might be too deep. See, your spirit is alive. Why do you think Paul always talk about, man, you know, in Romans, when you look at the book of Romans and you actually read like the scriptures in real life, I'm talking about in real life, and you connect with the spirit of Paul. And Paul said it. He said, man, look, man, this is some crazy crap. I've overcome the Jezebel spirit. I've overcome the Python spirit. Woo, Jesus, hear this. And hear this real good. I've overcome the Leviathan spirit. I've overcome the marine kingdom. But I be God dog that I can't overcome my damn self. He said, I be God dog. I done overcame every spirit but my damn self. Why I can't overcome me? Why I can't cast out my carnal nature? Why I can't cast this doggone thing out? Paul was so real in the scriptures, but you'll never see the realness in the scriptures in the way that Paul released them unless you sit under somebody with revelation. He said he went to God. He said he went to God, the Most High. He went to God. He said, look, I'm having some problems. I'm having some issues. And I don't want these problems and these issues, man. And God say, he said, you don't get it. He says, so you don't boast within your own power. I'm going to let this stuff stay on you. Imagine. Oh man, I'm telling you, imagine you go to God and God convinces you that I got these things flowing in your life because I don't want you to brag and boast. That's a dangerous way to think. Anybody here in their spirit connecting with this? Anybody here in their spirit connecting with this? Anybody spirit connecting with this? Paul went to God. And I bet you, he went to different apostles. I bet you he went to different pastors, different teachers, and they probably told him, "Oh yeah, we're gonna fast. Oh yeah, we're gonna lay hands on you. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that." I bet you he went to many people, and many people told him, "Oh yeah. We can pray that thing off you. We're gonna fast for you. That thing gonna be gone." Finally, he realized it never went anywhere. It never went nowhere. I imagine Paul, in the reality or in the consciousness of how God was using him, he didn't want that crap on his life. But yet, what we come to realize and what we fail to realize is that when he finally went to God, God told him, "Oh, no, apostle ain't gonna be able to take that out of your life." Imagine God saying that to you. Oh, come on, man. We ain't gonna lie here. We're gonna release God. Imagine God saying, "I'm not gonna never ever allow any apostle, pastor, prophet, teacher, evangelist cause you to stop smoking cigarettes." And that's just an example. That's just an example. He says nobody's going to ever have the power. Because why? Because why? He says through that, that's how I humble you. That's how I keep you right. That's how my power flows through your life. And you be sitting around like, man, feeling all sorry for yourself, feeling all bad for yourself, man. Now, I'm talking to real people now. Is there any, I'm talking about like real people. Like real people. That gospel that you hear in these traditional pulpits is fake, it's phony, it's false. It is. I sit back and I hear this and I listen to it. And I try to deny what God is saying. Blessings to you, Prophetess Josie. Thank you so much for all that you do. And that's not from me. That's through me, not from me. A lot of things you're going to realize is through me, not from me. Through me, not from me. Eventually, God is going to come wrap his arms around you, man. Once we allow God to position us to pay this off, I'll be able to travel to you guys. Seriously, God wants to travel to you guys. He does, and he will. But you must come in alignment to make this happen. God says you're free. He says you're free. But he'll always have something within you because he knows the carnal nature. God knows our nature, y'all. He knows our nature better than we know our own nature. Ronnie, you can't hide nothing from God. Nothing. Isaac, you can't hide nothing from me. I put that thing over in your life, son, so that you will always bow down and worship me. Because you know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, that you need me. He knows for a fact. He knows he got to put something on your life. And some of you, you got to realize the greater, Christ said it, the more he trusts you with, the more he trusts you with. You know what I'm saying? The more God trusts you with, the greater the thing that he has in your life to keep you humble. The greater that he has the thing on your life to keep you humble. There will always be something there in your life as a man, woman, whatever body that you're in of God, to keep you humble. And you wish for no one to find out about it. And the craziest part about it is that even though you wish for no one to find out about it, everybody knows about it. Hey, imagine how deep that is. You be praying and wishing, oh God, oh God, oh God, I wish, but everybody sees it. It is so freaking crazy. I'm telling you, you be like, man, I hope they don't see this and I hope they don't see that, and don't realize that God put something in your flesh for people to know without a shadow of a doubt that this guy got to be yielded to God. He gonna give you more stuff, but more stuff is required of you. That's right, woman of God. You know how much is required of me, y'all? Y'all, I wouldn't wish this, I wouldn't pray this on no man, no woman. I wouldn't wish this or pray this on no man or no woman. What's required of me? You know how much is required of me? I be sometimes hoping and praying y'all don't see how people treat me. You know, and you know, just for the sake of conversation for a moment, y'all, for a moment. You know, I'm helping this one couple, right? Or God is using me to help this one couple. And the husband of the couple, you know, he has this I don't know, he feels like even though I'm helping him, he feels like I owe him something. I don't know, I don't get it, y'all. So he treats me as if I'm beneath him, and I don't get it. But yet, you homeless, you've lost everything, and you're on drugs. And I get it, but I don't get it, yo. You know? Why? Because when God, you know what I'm saying, he gives you more, he requires more. God will literally put people in your life to see if you good, to see if you right. You know what I'm saying? To see if you're good, to see if you're right. Because this cat acts like I owe him something. But we are the one paying all your bills. All your bills. And that's the deepest part about it. Some things that God does, it is crazy how God will tell you, and you have every reason, and you have every right to curse him out. You have every reason to tell him off, to give him a piece of your mind. But when we talked on that last video, y'all don't realize that I'm first fruit. I'm first fruit. I had to hear that message yesterday. Y'all don't understand, or understand how I had to hear that last message. Because the person that he sent deserves what I was going to say to them, deserves what I was going to give them. I'm talking about we just paid over $2,000. You know, all because of some mistakes you made and some people you owed and some things you did. And yet you treat me as if, oh yeah, you supposed to do this. You owe me this. Who am I to these people where they look at me and act as if I owe this to them? I don't understand that, y'all. I don't understand that. I've never met these people a day in my life. But why do they treat me as if I owe that to them? Can somebody help me with that? He who is given much is required much. That's why the book of James, James, whether you realize or not, he was the real leader. Peter wasn't the real leader. James was the leader. And James tells us, man, that, and you gotta count it all joy when you go through various trials, because the trying of your faith, not the trying of your feelings, not the trying of your emotions, but the trying of your faith. I want to reject that, what he said, and we transparent. Y'all, we transparent. I want to reject that. Because I can easily just run over people. I can reject that. But God says you can't, because it's the trying of your faith. It's the trying of your faith. Your faith is supposed to be tried. I don't care where you are. I don't care where you go. I don't care what's happening. I don't care what you're doing. Your faith is supposed to be tried. It is literally supposed to be tried. Your mama supposed to try it. Your daddy supposed to try it. Church folks are supposed to try it. Even the people that God is using you to help is supposed to try it. The trying of your faith. Why? Because the trying of your faith does what? It produces what? The trying of your faith produces what? It produces patience. And I'd be like, God, this not right. Can we do this another way? I'm for real, y'all. That prayer with Yahshua in the garden of Gethsemane, can we do this another way? Can we do this another way? Another way. I promise you. If you're not praying that, if that's not your heart's desire, if you're not saying this in your head, God, can we do this another way? Because this way, this don't make me feel good. It's not right. I can win this battle. You know how many battles God will put you in and you can clearly win, and when He won't let you win? Oh, man, y'all, yo. This is real. This is not fake, man. But anyway, so let's get in Luke. We're in Luke chapter 10, starting over there at verse 29. We're in Luke 10 and 29. Put that on the screen. Luke 10 and 29, family. Blessings to your family. I'm waiting for God to fill this place up, man. When He fills this place up, man, we can do it right. At least what I think. That may be in my head, but y'all got it on the screen? Blessings to your family. Who is that? Pauline, you on what is that? Clubhouse where you can read the scriptures out? That's right, Janice. Luke 10 and 29. We got to get us an armor bearer, man. Somebody could come up and read the scriptures for us. Somebody want to come up and read the scriptures for us? I need Crystal to come get this this garden together. I went out there to the garden today, and man, there's still cantaloupes growing out there. Still watermelons growing out there. Okra still growing out there. Man, I'm talking about even lettuce is still growing out there. I'm talking about it's a tree of lettuce out there, at least about 1 foot, 2 foot, maybe 3 foot tall out there. Listen, so we're in Luke chapter 10, verse 29, right? But he, wanting to justify himself, said to Jesus, or Yahshua, and who is my neighbor? Who is my neighbor? Who is my neighbor, right? Because Christ, you on there, you Poland? Go ahead, read. You can read? All right, read it out. Read it loud so they can hear you. Luke chapter 10, start over there at verse 29.
But he, wanting to justify himself, said to Jesus, and who is my neighbor? And Jesus answered, said, a certain man went down from Jerusalem to Jericho, fell among thieves, and returned to his wounded and departed, leaving him half dead.
Keep reading.
Now by chance a certain priest came down that road, and when he saw him, he passed by on the other side. Likewise a Levite, when he arrived at the place, came in low and passed by on the other side.
Okay, so let's stop right there. Let's stop right there. And then Jesus, a certain man, went down from Jerusalem. So Christ was talking about, just gave them the new commandments, right? And so they were like, well, they were like, well, okay, you're giving new commandments, but who is my neighbor? All right, I don't understand who my neighbor. You got to open this thing up. You got to make this clear to us, And so what we have here is the byproduct of Christ explaining to them under the now covenant, because again, you got to remember, he's talking to a lot of people who's under the law. And Christ is seeing things, no matter how you feel about it, is contradictory to the old law. Right? He had just gave them some commandments. And so they were like, okay, well then dang. Well, who is my neighbor? Because I treat Papa good over there. He my neighbor. I treat John good over there. He my neighbor. I treat Sister such and such and Pastor Bam Bam. They my neighbor. They right around me. But Christ is bringing clarity to what he mean by neighbor. Neighbor, once again, is just a word. So when the man of God is reading this, I want you to begin to start opening up and realizing, you know what I'm saying? Who is my neighbor? Who is my neighbor? And so, Christ always gives examples. He tells stories. Christ, one thing you'll realize, man, he a storyteller, y'all. He's a storyteller. And right now, he telling a story. You know what I'm saying? So, man of God, read that again, starting off at verse 30.
certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was, and when he saw him, he had compassion. So he went to him and bandaged his wounds, pouring oil and wine, and he set them on his own animal, brought him to an inn, and took care of him. On the next day he departed, and took out 2 denarii, gave him to the innkeeper, and said to him, take care of him, and whatever more you spend, when I come again, I will pay. So which of these 3 do you think was neighbor to him whom one would be?
So he said, thank you, man of God, appreciate you. So he gave a story, right? These people had acts, right? Okay, so what does it mean to be a neighbor, right? Right? So he used 3 different people. He used the what? The priest, the Levite, and a Samaritan, right? So the priests, you know, once again, they were the ones who served in the temple, right? The Levites were the ones, you know what I'm saying, that did different positions around, you know what I'm saying, to protect. Actually, the Levites, if you really think about it, as far as what God told me, they really protect the priests. The Levites, they protect the priests, right? So there was 3 different priests, Levite, and the Samaritan. But in order to be a priest, there were certain qualifications that had to be met in order to be the priest, right? Certain qualifications that had to be met in order to be a priest. There were certain qualifications that had to be met in order to be a Levite, right? And so when they saw this individual lying here, you know, on this road, or in their condition, or in their problem, or in their issue, you know what I'm saying? Because of what they were or what they were trying to become, they could not touch this man. And you got to realize, and so with that as a foundation, you got to realize, you guys, that these people, these traditional people, these modern people, right, because of their titles, because of what they call themselves and how they operate and how they function and what they're doing, you know what I'm saying? They can't touch you. They can't touch you. They cannot touch you. So this means God will put something on you, right, where no one can touch you. The priest couldn't touch him. The Levite couldn't touch him. But at verse 33, but a certain Samaritan, why? Because he has no attachments. He has no affiliations. He's free. Whether you realize or not, most of the Samaritans, right, they were free. They were able to practice what they believed freely. As a Pentecostal, as a Presbyterian, as a Mormon, as a Catholic, as a Jew, as a Hebrew Israelite, as whatever religion you are, one thing about your religion, you are unable to practice what you believe freely. As a priest, he couldn't practice specific things. As a Levite, you can't practice certain things. This is the one thing about religion that makes it horrible. As a Baptist, you can't practice certain things. As a Pentecostal, you can't practice certain things. As a Hebrew Israelite, you can't practice certain things. So that means if somebody's in a place or in a position that needed help, you could not help them. So he says, who's my neighbor? My neighbor is the one that can help me. My neighbor is the one that actually, literally needs my help. My neighbor actually gave me purpose. See, the man that was left bloody, that was left dead, that was left beat, that was left jacked, you know what I'm saying, gave me purpose for my walk. But because before them, I didn't have purpose for my walk. I didn't have purpose for my relationship. I didn't have purpose for my money. I didn't have purpose for what I was doing. But when I saw this individual, it gave me purpose for why I operate and I function like this. Did you catch that? The Samaritan did not have purpose for his walk until he met this person or this individual. Now I got purpose for my time. Now I got purpose for what I'm doing. At first, I didn't have purpose for what I was doing. But a certain verse, as he journeyed, came where he was. And when he saw him, he had compassion on him. Every last one of them, the craziest part, was on their way to the temple. Every last one of them was on their way to the temple. They were all on their way to the temple. But while on their way to the temple, the priest couldn't lose his position. He would have lost his position. The Levite couldn't lose his position. He would have lost his position. But the Samaritan, he didn't have a position to lose. He didn't have no purpose to lose. You don't realize that God will put people, broken people, messed up people, hurt people, thrown off people in your life to give you purpose. I think I need to probably write that on the board. What color should we write it in? What color? Y'all see this? God will put broken, messed up people in your life to give you purpose. I'm going to let you chew on that for a few moments. I'm going to let you chew on that for a few moments. See, you think that broken person, that messed up person, that liar, that pretender, that thief was sent there by the devil. Ah, Jesus. You think they were sent there by the devil. That man on that road, man, broken, messed up. He was on his way trying to do right. He was on his way trying to do good. But on his way, he got messed up. He got hit. God will put broken, messed up people in your life to give you purpose. You got to chew on that for a while. You got to swallow that for a little while. Because you got to think, man, I cut this person off in my life because, man, I thought they was the devil. Oh, man. My pastor told me they was the devil and I got to cut them off. My prophet told me they was the devil, so I got to cut them off. You think they showed up because the devil made them show up, man. Well, I tell you, you're giving too much credit to the devil. You're giving too much credit to the devil. You don't realize that God will put somebody broken, messed up in your life. Because again, remember, without purpose, you don't exist. I don't care how you feel. I don't care what you're thinking. You can get money, you can get cars, houses, jewelry, but without purpose, you don't exist. Without no purpose for that stuff, it doesn't validate you. I know people who get money, but it's like redundant now. It means nothing to them now. But a certain Samaritan, as he journeyed, came where he was. When he saw him, he had compassion on him. If you don't have compassion for these people, then you need to get born again. You know, this gentleman, I have compassion for him. You know what other people tell me? Oh, he using you. Oh, they using you. They say that all the time. Yeah. I mean, if you're looking at it through your natural eyes, yeah, they are using me. They don't pay not a one bill. And work. But God has compassion on these people. But God, this is God having compassion on people. People leave my life and they be mad and upset at me because they want me to cut people off who God ain't cut off. You want me to cut people off that God ain't cut off. Were they stealing from you? Were they doing this to you? No, not to me. No, not to me. Not to me. No, they're not doing this to me, yo. God got to make sure he continue to give you purpose in life. The Samaritan, he bandaged the guy up, man, because he had compassion on him. Cleaned his wound, oil and wine, and set him up on his own animal, on his own stuff. People who are broken, who are messed up, they shouldn't have to pay anything. That's why I come to you guys and say, hey, we need $2,500. Why? Because they shouldn't have to pay anything. I don't think you really get that, yo. I don't really think you get that. People who are broken, who are messed up by this world system that we are in, they shouldn't have to pay anything. See, we are broken, but we are broken for God. We are broken, but we're broken for God in a whole entirely different way. So that God can use us to help broken people. This person who was broken, who was messed up, ain't have to pay a quarter. And the people that been here, they ain't have to pay a quarter. Because the broken people, the messed up people, oh, they're just using you. Now God just using me. I say that to people all the time. Now God just using me. And people don't want to hear that, man. People don't want to hear God using me. But we wake up and say, God used me. How we do that? How we do that? Oh, he just using you. Oh, he just using you. Oh, he just using you. You can think that. You can believe that. Your carnal nature, that's what it looked like. That's what it sounded like. That's what it feel like. But man of God, woman of God, it's God using you. Even if God using you to help me, you not using you. God using you. And you know deep down in your spirit, because in your flesh, it's like, man, come on, man. I don't need to sow this. I just sowed that. I just gave this. I just did this. But you know, within your spirit, you got to do it. People telling you, oh, that's a call. Oh, he just using you. Oh, he just doing that. You know how many people use me? Woo, man, yo. Hey, this cat get a whole check and don't even offer up a penny for gas. I'm being transparent because God is calling transparent people in this hour, knowing that they being used by God, knowing that it is our job to take care of the broken, the messed up, the thrown off. You got somebody in your life right now that you hate that they in your life because they trying to make you feel bad about following God. The worst person you can have in your life is the person that make you feel bad about following God. And they trying to make it clear or transparent that you ain't following God, you following a man. Whew. You got somebody in your life like that? They was in my life, but they left. Because I wasn't bowing down. I wasn't bowing down. One day you're going to get so mature that everybody going to leave your life. I pray that it don't happen, and I pray that it do happen. Transparency. Can I be transparent? One day you're going to be so mature that everybody's going to leave your life. I pray that it don't happen, and I pray that it do happen. I'm talking about your flesh, your carnal nature, love these people with everything in you, and you want to give them the world. But your spirit say, no, 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 no. I had a woman I want to give the world to. God will make you fight your own self, y'all. When you got God in your life, like for real, I'm talking about like in real life, God will make you fight your own self. This ain't no game, this ain't no joke, but this is like real life. Like real life. Like real life. I mean like transparency. I'm not talking about you in your prayer closet, you praying and everything's good, everything's right. Now, I want to be mad, I want to be pissed off, I want to be upset because I want to follow my flesh for this one. This one I want to follow my flesh for. This one I want to follow my carnal nature for. He won't let you. He won't let me. I told it. I told this woman, if you believe in Pinocchio, just to keep you in my life, I believe in Pinocchio. But the problem is they know that's fake. They be knowing you be so gone for Christ that you're not going to believe in no damn Pinocchio. Listen, if you believe in burning damn sage, you'll tell them your carnal nature. But they know without a shadow of a doubt. You'll tell them, hey, I'll celebrate Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, just to keep you in my life. But they know your heart ain't into it. They know you will be there, but you won't be there. They know that. They know the difference between fake and real. They know the difference. They know the difference. They know the difference. They know when that time comes, your spirit ain't going to let you do a cot-picking thing. They know that. They know this, y'all. They know this, y'all. You could say, okay, baby, okay, we can put up a tree and we can put some gifts under there, but they want your heart to be in it. They want your soul to be in it. Y'all don't get this. They want your soul to be in this. They want your soul to be in it. Because you know, you can put up a tree and it don't mean nothing. Nothing. That tree don't mean nothing. That stuff don't, them lights, they don't mean nothing. They really want your soul to be in it. And they know, and she knew, because my soul wasn't going to be in that crap. It wasn't going to mean nothing. We being transparent, y'all. We not being fakers, phonies. We being transparent. We being real. And they know without a shadow of a doubt. You with somebody right now, and they know. Because they still worldly, they still carnal. And I told her, I'll celebrate all that stuff with you. That woman looked at me like, no, you not. Nigga, you too gone. Hey, she said you too gone. You too gone. You gone. She said I'm too gone. I'll decorate the tree for you, the house and everything, but you too gone. That's your carnal nature versus your spirit nature. And they know your spirit nature is too strong. I called that woman up and say, man, listen, if you believe in trees, I'm with you. But she knew that was fake. Hey, they know when you fake, man. They know when you fake. 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 I'll burn some sage with you, man. I mean, for me personally, I know that there are no other gods that exist but the one Most High God. But I also know in the same token that you can give certain entities, certain beings, certain forces priority within your life through certain things that you put your soul into. That's why they want your soul to be into it. That's why they want your soul to be into it. They don't want you to just dress up a tree because they say dress up a tree. The devils, demons, spirits, they don't want that. They want your soul to be into it. They want you to sacrifice every damn thing for it. They want your soul in it. They want your spirit in it. They want your heart. God says to serve me with your spirit, all your soul, and all your body, all your heart, whatever. All minds is gone to God, and they know it. Minds is gone to God. God got all that stuff. And you're going to come to a place to where God is going to have all of you. And you're going to try to celebrate Thanksgiving. You're going to try to celebrate Valentine's Day. You're going to try to celebrate Christmas, Easter, and all these days. But they're not going to sense your soul in it. They're not going to sense your spirit in it. And they're going to be mad at you. Well, why you don't celebrate it like we used to celebrate it? I'm still giving presents. I'm still putting up the tree and the lights. No, that ain't what I mean. Let me tell you what they really saying. They saying your soul ain't in it. They saying your spirit ain't in it. They saying your soul and your spirit ain't in it. And once your soul and your spirit is no longer in it, then you can't really celebrate that crap no more. And people don't want you. Why? Because the world says, oh, hey, it's Christmas. You got to go all the way out. Oh, it's Thanksgiving. You got to go all the way out. Oh, it's Valentine's Day. You got to go all the way out. Oh, it's Easter. You got to go all the way out. And people know when your soul and your spirit ain't in something. I'm talking about you could be doing all the things that love says that you're supposed to be doing. But if your soul ain't in it, people are going to know this. Why? Because your soul represents energy. And when they don't feel that energy, even though you are doing the work, but when they don't feel the energy from your work, do y'all get this? See, you could be doing things, but if your soul, your spirit, why? Because your spirit and your soul is energy. It's not the art of putting up the lights. It's not the art of putting up the tree. It's not the art of buying me this and buying me that and doing this and doing that. No, if your soul ain't in it, if your spirit ain't in it, they want your soul, they want your spirit, and you don't realize it. Because if they can get a certain amount of your soul, if they can get a certain amount of your spirit, they can actually control you, break you down, and you don't realize that's what's happening. And they don't realize that's what they doing. They don't realize, that woman you with don't realize she breaking your soul, she breaking your spirit. That nigga don't realize, that man don't realize he breaking your soul, he breaking your spirit. They don't realize that. Why? Because all the commercials on TV, all of the social media platforms, all of everything, it's all about your soul. You don't realize everything is about your soul. I'm talking about you can take this woman, I'm talking about you can take her out to eat, I'm talking about, man, you can show her the town. But she'll be able to feel if your soul off your spirit ain't in it. He'll be able to feel and sense if your soul, if your spirit ain't in it. If your soul and spirit ain't in it, that means they can't control you. And if they can't control you or manipulate you, they don't want you. I got to figure out a way to how to manipulate you and how to control you. I need your spirit in this. That's why they'll tell you this one thing, man. This one thing. This one thing. And you'll sell out for that one thing. And you don't realize you going to work tired, you waking up tired, you going to sleep tired. How you wake up tired, go to sleep tired? Why? Because you don't know your spirit drained, your soul drained, and they just vampires, and you don't even know you got a whole vampire in your house. You think a vampire is somebody who dressed in black. You think a vampire is somebody who can't be seen in the mirror. You think a vampire is the one who can't go out in the sunlight. But let me tell you something, you got a vampire right there in your house, killing you, dead. Draining you, sucking every piece of energy you got. And you don't know it though. All for the sake of a pretty face, a nice butt, and women the other way around. All for the sake of a big house, a nice car, a big kitchen. All for the sake of these carnal things. Everything is about your soul. You don't realize it or not. You don't know it yet, but everything is about your soul. And if they can't drain you, if they can't suck on your soul, they don't really want you. You wonder. It's your energy. See, vampires is about sucking your blood. But your blood represents life. You go to work 80 hours a week, per week. 80 to 60 hours per week. And you only get to enjoy the benefits of your 80 to 60 hours a week maybe once, twice, or maybe 3 times a month. Vampirism is real. It's not like Hollywood teaches us. It's not like Hollywood shows us. But the foundation of it is real. Everything that Hollywood shows us, the foundations of it are real. You don't realize that woman got with you because she saw your soul. Oh, I got this nigga. You don't realize that nigga got with you because he saw your soul. Oh, I got this female. I'm going to be able to leech off of her for. Phew. I'm be able to leech off of him for. Phew. Energy is real. I don't care what you say, how you say it, how you feel about it. Scientists know energy is real. They know it now. You have a whole magnetic field around you and you don't even realize it. Why you think you can go into somebody's house and feel peace in their house? Like going to their house, you don't even know why you going to these folk house. But you knocking on their door, baking something for them. Like, hey, I got a cake for you. You don't even know why. Hey, man, we got this new menu, man. I want you to taste this and try this out. You knocking on their door. Why? Because that energy they got is peaceful, man. And you just want to sit in that energy. You ever was talking to somebody, you don't even know why you talking to them. Hung around somebody, man. Female you don't like at all because she don't fit the criteria. But you just hang around her. This cat you know, like, man, he don't fit the criteria. But they just hanging around. See, this kind of stuff people, church don't teach you. They can't teach you this stuff because they don't know it. They sleep, they dead. They being used by somebody. They are. I'm being used by somebody. Do my carnal nature like it? Nope. Not at all. Folk come here to this land, you know, and they know all they have to do is talk to me. And they can get a reboot and go about their business, man. Or I go meet them somewhere. They get a reboot and go about their business. Listen, I love you, Lord. But you got to continue to operate and function daily in your purpose, and you know it. You know it. You know what God is using you for, and you know what? It's easier for you to know it, because then God can position you for you to do it better. God right now trying to give you everything you need to support what He's doing. But you got to break those traditions. You got to break those religions. You got to break all that old stuff you heard in church. It's time to come out of the church. It is. I love you all. God's placing upon your heart to serve God through this ministry. Serve God through this ministry. Serve God through this ministry. Serve God with all your heart, all your spirit, and all your soul. Listen, Jesus loves you, men and women of God. So